Welcome to the May Mentor Zoom for mentors working with new to profession teachers in their first year. We are at the end. Yahoo for May. This is our last Zoom, and it's going to be a short one to boot. So let's get started by clicking into the attendance link and recording your attendance. I just dropped the link into the chat. If you are watching this recording, know that all the links are on the email that you found the recording on. So just go on back to that link and find the attendance. Click. So as soon as you get done with that attendance link, there is a survey link that I'm dropping into the chat, or again, you can find it on the email. It's that time of year when we want to get feedback. I really appreciate all the time and energy that you've devoted to mentoring a new to profession teacher. Now it's that opportunity to give me some feedback on how it went and what your mentoring experience was and how I can improve as a mentor facilitator. So I just dropped that survey link into the chat. So I'm going to give you about 5 minutes to complete that.
Please report to your classroom and gather your things.
Oops. There we go. Zoom. Okay.
Perfect. I think I'm going to give 1 more minute. We actually have 2 participants in the Zoom, so I'm going to give that other participant. Yeah, Jen was able to log on, so that's great. So I'm going to give her another minute to complete, and then we'll forward.
I'm done. I just submitted it.
Perfect. All right, let's go then. Forward. Okay, so what you're looking at now is the May calendar. And so there's 1 more week designated for a meeting with your mentee, and it's all about that wrap up and celebrating success. Also, it's going to be a good idea to let your mentee know about the leave cash-in form. They may not realize that they are eligible to cash in on those personal days. They can cash in on 32 hours of their personal time if they didn't use it during the school year. So it's always good to let them know about that as well. And again, the last meeting is all about celebrating successes. And before we move on to a little more information about that last week, I am going to drop the link to log your April visit that you had with your mentee. It shouldn't take but just a minute to click into the classroom visit form and just log when you did your April visit.
Oh, man.
Doesn't
Oh.
ask for much other than when did you do it? And it's a
Yes.
quick submission. In the 245 Zoom, I did explain to everyone about where the mentoring payments come from. Mentoring is funded out of 2A, so when we're thinking about those budget shortfalls and when we're thinking about budget cuts, luckily the mentoring program hasn't been cut at this point in time because it's not funded out of the general fund. So we are definitely moving forward with mentoring in the 2005-2006 school year. Now, I don't know what it's going to look like from there on out, from 2006-2007 on out. However, we are green lighted for mentoring next year. And again, it doesn't come out of general funds, luckily. So again, more information on that May 5th meeting. Again, it's an opportunity to celebrate that your mentee made it to the end of the school year. Remember that your mentee often focuses on areas that they want to improve. So be sure to point out all the things that they do well and maybe have a pre-thought out list to share with them. There is going to be a mentee survey. And it has not been pushed out yet. I'm going to push it out on Monday. So please encourage your mentee to complete their mentee survey. And if you want to use your meeting time for them to pull that mentee survey up and complete it, that's a perfect use of your time. And again, just a reminder about that leave cash-in form. Teachers can cash in up to 32 hours of personal leave if they want to. All right. So when you think about the successes of your mentee, if you could, there's only 2 of you on the Zoom right now. If you're willing, please unmute and talk about some of the successes that you had with your mentee.
I can do that. Oh, do you want to go
Perfect.
first?
No, go ahead, Jen.
I mean, I couldn't be happier. I put this in the survey too with how it's been working with Kale. And I'm sorry, my camera, I think it just died on this thing. So
No worries.
he's just been so wonderful and positive and receptive to any sort of feedback. Our meetings together have been really productive, and just his energy. I really hope, like you said, with the budget cuts, that he stays in our building, because he's gonna be wonderful. He already is, and I can only imagine what he's gonna do. The kids love him, and I can't remember the last time I heard students telling me their favorite class is math, and all of the 7th graders think that. So I've just had a lot of fun working with him.
That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. You know, I've been around long enough to know that when you work with a new to profession teacher, you learn as much from them as they learn from you. So I think it's really it's a great partnership to be working with new to profession teachers, because they bring in energy that you can take from them.
Completely agree.
My turn?
Emily, would you like to share a success?
Sure. I'm so proud of my mentee and how she got through some very difficult situations. and I'm just not sure. I've not seen somebody have such a rough start to teaching, and it's usually a rough start. I think she had like 6 initials, and
Wow.
not no Paris support till eventually, but still not necessarily what she needed, and things had to get shifted. And she made me realize that there might be some processes and how to do things that are missing from the district, or at least from the building. And the other thing that I truly appreciated was you get a bond. Like yesterday, I just had to go to her room and open the door, and she looked at me and she said, "What's wrong?" So it was nice to have somebody to do that with, because I haven't necessarily had that lately. I've had no Paris support for a while. The other teachers are, just trying to survive. I'm the one with the most experience, so I didn't feel like it was just nice to have somebody I could go to and just go, "Ugh," and then say what I needed to say and then move on with my day. That was really great and unexpected.
Yeah, it's truly a partnership. Yeah, what you guys are showing me is that you've entered into some fabulous partnerships with your mentees, and that's awesome. And it sounds like you had some good experiences. And thank you so much for um for for taking the time with them. And they're so lucky to have you, both of you.
And thank you for giving us the tools. And also, you're right, boy, she was hard on herself.
Yes, they
I mean,
absolutely are.
it was fun to watch some lessons just write positive, 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 and she's like, "I did what?" So it was
Right.
nice to share that.
Yeah, yeah, you get to be their cheerleader. Okay, so don't forget to add your mentoring years on your resumes, as well as it is perfect documentation for your domain 4 artifacts. My hope is that your work with your mentee has caused you to be more reflective of your own teaching, and your work with your mentee typically falls into 4A, participating in the professional community, 4B, maintaining accurate records, i.e. the 4 squares, and then 4D, growing and developing professionally. So you want to make sure that you document that and keep records. All right, the last thing is the May 4 square. I'm pretty confident that you both know how to get to your May 4 square. It's sitting there waiting for you. I'm going to drop the May checklist into the chat for you, and I just wanted to reiterate what next year is going to look like. You worked with a first-year teacher, and the expectation was that you meet with them weekly, and the majority of your time that you spent with them is teaching them how to be a teacher, and they've done everything for the first time. If you choose to move into year 2, it's going to look a little different, and it's not going to be as time intensive, and the expectation for that is to meet quarterly with your mentee. So there'll be 4 classroom visits, and the focus turns from learning how to be a teacher, moving from knowing to doing in that first year, and then it moves to teaching and learning, and that reflective process around teaching and learning. So it looks a little different, but I invite you to continue on with your mentee, and fingers crossed that all of our new to profession teacher mentees will be offered contracts in the near future. Know that I'm going to be submitting all of your names for the $2,000 payment. I'm going to be submitting those names on Monday, and it will show up with your payroll. My hope is
Right.
that it's gonna show up in May. If it doesn't show up in May, it'll show up in June. And
Okay.
you'll also be getting a certificate of completion for all the work that you've done with your mentee. And I thank you, thank you, thank you. And I've so enjoyed working with all of you in this capacity, and I wish you a wonderful summer.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Good night,
Thank
and I'll
you.
stay on as long as you need.
I have a question.
Okay, perfect. All right, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Jen. So I'm retiring
Yes.
and I have not been able to make any plans, but I can speak hypothetically, I think. So if hypothetically I'm rehired under that section 185 or 135,
Yes.
would you want me to mentor again? I guess is the question. I just don't
So
know. Or am I able to? And if not, that's okay. This is a question.
it is a question, and I think I need to ask the question to senior leadership, because if you're hired back, I think you get hired back into a classroom position. And you know what? Yes, if you're hired back into a classroom position, then you would be eligible. If you're working on a teacher contract, then you would be eligible to continue mentoring. So I just
Okay.
answered my own question.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, and I don't know if they will because I can't make a plan. I'm not allowed to under the state
So
rules. But
yeah,
I know
I'm
there's a
not
lot of
sure.
SPED positions available.
Yes. So what I know of retirees coming back into teaching positions, they have to be like hard to fill positions.
Right.
And you may have, and at one point or another, you had to wait 6 months before.
I'm so old, I only have to wait 90 days. So I'm eligible
Awesome, even better.
September 1st. I think
So
if you're
that's
over
awesome. So
60,
that
you're
you
almost
could technically continue working with Linnea. That would be great.
okay. So we'll see what happens because like I said, I can't make plans. I can't pre-plan anything.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they'll contact me, but I'm just letting
So
you know I'm open
yes.
if that's a
So
possibility.
I don't know that they will contact you, but what you want to do is you want to keep an eye on the postings. And if you see a posting, so I think you want to be proactive by submitting your application on those positions that are hard to fill or have not been filled. Because I don't know what the parameters are around what qualifies as a hard to fill position.
Well, I got an email from Amy Hagan, and I won't read you the whole thing, but it just says ... We know where to find you, smiley face.
Okay, so maybe she's already got you sectioned for something. That's
But
perfect.
I know nothing. You know what I'm saying? I know nothing.
Okay.
So I guess if something happens, I'll just contact you in September.
Yeah. And when I come back, I always start seeing who's coming back, who's not coming back. So if I see your name, I will be contacting you.
Awesome. We'll contact each other.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this
Do
just
you have
may
any
be. Oh, go
Do you
ahead.
have any fun plans for the summer? Are you going anywhere to celebrate your
Ugh.
retirement?
No. Well, I'm going to Seward for extended school year.
Oh,
And as
okay.
far I just found out, I guess I'll be teaching with Denise Kelly because she's going to do preschool.
That's
And
awesome.
so I have an administrator for the first time for summer school in Seward. That'll be nice. And then I'm probably going to fish with my husband, and then I'm going to do jury duty in August. Which
Okay.
actually I'm kind of hoping that the judges just want to fish. So
Yes.
no court.
I did jury duty in March, and I almost got on a 2-week case.
Oh,
I
wow.
I made it up to where the attorneys start questioning you.
Yeah.
And luckily, I was so glad I was not selected, because I would have been doing that over spring break.
Oh, yuck.
Yes. So note to self, don't sign up for jury duty during spring break in March, because if you get selected for a jury, then you're going to be expected to work over your spring break.
December's supposed to be a good month because they don't really do
Oh,
much.
somebody
Because,
else told me that.
yeah. The last time I had jury duty, was placed on a jury, but then when they asked questions, I was dismissed. I don't,
Mm.
and I was okay with that. I did my
Yeah.
duty as a citizen, so. Well,
Yeah,
what do you do?
that's
What are your plans for the summer?
now I'm going to California for a week to see my grandkids and my children. But other than that, I'm just gonna be at the house, doing all my dog stuff, showing dogs, doing
Oh,
agility with dogs, doing all the dog things that I do.
do you do agility?
I do. I do agility, I show,
Do you ever go to
and
Fairbanks?
I don't go to Fairbanks often
Okay,
because I've been up to Fairbanks, but I don't typically go to Fairbanks because it's a long haul.
right.
It's a
Especially with
long
a,
haul to get dogs up there.
I have a childhood friend who does agility, and she came up here like in freshman or sophomore year of college. So she's been here for forever. So she does well, what are the herding dogs? Black and white. Border
Border
collies.
collies?
Her name's
Border collies?
Diane Marshall. Yeah, border collies. Diane Marshall. Just
Huh,
short,
I
short.
don't know that name.
Oh, anyway. Okay,
There's
well,
a lot of border collies in agility. I run my
yeah,
courses, and they don't do so hot, but I still have fun. I still get out there and I do things with them. So
well, enjoy that.
yes. And enjoy fishing. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you next year. Sounds like you're gonna be here.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But
Okay.
thank you. All right.
Yeah.
And take care. Thank you for
All right.
everything.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Thank you. Good night.
Bye.